Good morning, everyone. Would-be farmer here doing part 6 of our 6-part permaculture series celebrating the anniversary of our 5-year permaculture project. This is August of 2019 and we started the project 2 years ago. I think it was August 8th or 10th that we found this property and closed on the deal. And we do feel blessed, quite blessed. Anyway, Jan, the love of my life, Janet is not here today. Well, actually, she's in the house getting ready to go to work, so she is here. But we are going to go solo today, so bear with me. But this is going to cover foraging, the part of permaculture that doesn't require planting any trees or plants. At least in my mind, because we are able to forage as we are in a quite rural environment. Right now we are in our wetland area. There is a 3-acre wetland at the base of our property. Actually, our property ends somewhat right over here, just past these pokeberries. This is the end of our property. But I've met the man who owns all this back here. He owns 100 acres. They occasionally hunt back here, but they don't do any hunting in the swamp, and this area is too close to our house anyway. But if you're wondering the noise under my feet, I intentionally made a path consisting of sheet metal from a roofing project because I don't want the alligators and the snakes to be surprised at my presence. When this 130-pound massive mammal man comes back here, I don't want them to be surprised. Alright, so what do we forage back here? Well, in this area, we have grape leaves. And the funny thing about grapes, I knew in the back of my mind that people ate stuffed grape leaves, but as a raw food guy, it never dawned on me that it was a raw food source. And since they are everywhere on our property, delicious and nutritious, not bad, not a bad addition to the salad. Oh. That one's funny. Oh, that had some bird shit on it. Okay, that explains it. No, just kidding. We also forage for elderberries, which you may be able to see right here. If I have the angle correct and the lighting. Just me, reptiles. And tone down the frog wailing. Oh, excuse me. We also forage on practically a daily basis. Oh, say hi to Sheldon. You heard the noise and he's making an appearance. Hey, buddy. You're live. Say something. We're not talkative today. Okay. Let me get around you, buddy. Anyway, this is everywhere. This is Spanish needle, Biden's alba, or Biden's pilosa, if it's the hairy version, as I understand it. That's something that I eat pretty much every day. We eat pretty much every day. Put it in our smoothies. And is it everywhere? As I stated, you betcha, it is ubiquitous. It's seasonal, which means in Florida it's here every season, in this case. Alright, I'm going to take you into the woods. This is the area of our property where I draw inspiration. Oh, hey, butterfly. What's up, brother or sister? You doing alright? The intra-web of life, doing your thing? Can you point out the spider webs for me so I don't hang any nasty arachnoids or whatever they're called from my beard? Can you do that for me? Anyway, I draw inspiration from this area in building the food forest, in attempting to build this food forest. And I notice, I look around, I see how plants tend to be grouped together. I also notice that trees that are productive aren't necessarily in full sun. Starting to learn also that there's very little, if any, in fact there's no waste in nature. I don't think there's any waste in nature. Everything's recycled. Something dies, it eventually becomes nutrients for something else that is growing. Death becomes life. It's recycled. All right, what we have here. Now this is an interesting case of foraging. And I know that there are citrus trees all over Florida that grew inadvertently from discarded oranges or tangerines, etc. But there's 5 or 6 in this area. Mosquitoes, stop. 5 or 6 in this area. And this one tree here, actually, I think there may be 2 or 3 that produce fruit. Stop, mosquitoes. I'll be gone in a minute. They produced about 25 tangerines. And certainly, if you go to big ag and have them do fruit production of citrus, they're going to mandate and require and need hundreds, I suppose, just an abundance of fruit. They also place them in full sun, which, as we're witnessing here in the forest, is something very, very few, if any, trees experience. And, well, frankly, in a forest, I wouldn't think that any would experience full sun. When you put a tree in full sun, especially when it's young, you have to protect it from sun scald. So you paint the bottom of the tree, of the trunk. You paint it, you cover it with some kind of reflecting paint. Reflecting. And then we load up the trees and stress it to get as much productivity out of it as possible. It's not natural. It's what we do. It's mankind's attempt to control and corral nature. What was that was moving down here? Was that a toady? What's up, bro? What you doing there? Where you at? Oh, the mosquitoes are killing me. I gotta get out of here. Alright, I gotta cut this short. Speaking of nature and the intra-web of life, mosquitoes are reminding me that this is their turf, not mine. So, anyway, wanted to give a little bit on foraging. Do a lot more foraging in the springtime. Right now, there's not a whole lot left. Mosquitoes are foraging me right now. I gotta go. I gotta get out of this area. This is one of the tricky areas for the mosquito population. Yikes! Anyway, Crescent City, Florida. There's agricultural zone 9, U.S. zone 9. South Putnam County in the northeast section of Central Florida. Love you guys. Would Be Farmer signing off.